problem number 5, page number 6.8. Problem number 5. The following were the summarized balance sheets of P Limited and D Limited as at 31st March 2012. Liabilities P Limited and D Limited. Equity share capital, fully paid shares of 10,000 rupees, 10 rupees each, 15,000, 6,000. All the figures are in lakhs. Securities premium 3,000, foreign project reserve 310, general reserve, profit and loss account 15%, debentures, trade payables and provisions. Land and building, running machinery, furniture, fixture and ratings, inventory, trade receivables, cash at bank, and cost of issue of debentures. What you can do is, cost of issue of debentures, you can mark it with FA. What is my FA? Fictitious asset. All the bills receivable held by V Limited were P Limited's acceptances. All the bills receivable held by V Limited were P Limited's acceptances. That means P Limited was showing them as bills payable. V Limited is showing them as bills receivable. On 1st April 2012, P Limited took over V Limited in amalgamation in the nature of merger. So on 1st April 2012, P Limited, purchasing company, V Limited, selling company, P Limited took over V Limited in an amalgamation in the nature of merger. It was agreed that in discharge of purchase consideration for business of P Limited would allot 3 fully paid equity shares of 10 rupees each at par for every 2 shares held in V Limited. So for every 2 shares held in V Limited, you are going to get 3 shares in P Limited. It was also agreed that 12% debentures in V Limited would be converted into 13% debentures in P Limited for the same amount and denomination. If it is for different denomination, different amount, it becomes amalgamation in nature of purchase. So P Limited for the same amount and denomination. Details of trade receivables and trade payables are given to you. Bills payable, creditor, bills receivable, debtors. Expenses of amalgamation amounting to 1 lakh were borne by P Limited. Borne means he is going to bear it. You are required to pass journal entries in the books of P Limited and prepare P Limited's balance sheet immediately after merger. Okay. Write down calculation of purchase consideration first. Calculation of purchase consideration. Calculation of purchase consideration. Calculation of purchase consideration. Particulars, calculation, rupees. Particulars, calculation, rupees. Right? Equity share capital in. Equity share capital in P Limited. How much capital will they be allotted? Shareholders of P Limited, how much share capital will they be allotted in P Limited? For 2 shares held, they are going to get 3 shares. So you will show in the calculation column 6,000 divided by 2 into 3. $6,000 divided by 2 into 3. 9,000 rupees. Absent capital. Okay. Now you want to write number of shares. Write down. Actually the figures are in lakhs, boss. So let us assume whatever numbers we are writing in the books are also in lakhs. So write down. Satisfied by allotment of 900 lakh equity shares of 10 rupees each. Satisfied by allotment of 900 lakh equity shares of 10 rupees each. Did you understand? 900 lakh equity shares of 10 rupees each. 900 into 10, 9,000 lakhs. What is the equity share capital in the books of the selling company? 6,000 lakhs. Sir, I am not able to understand. Press on button on the calculator. Type 6,000 by 10. Don't say 600 shares. It is 600 lakh shares. Divided by 2 into 3. What is it? 900 lakh equity shares of 10 rupees each into 10. 9,000 lakh is the value of purchase consideration. Is it clear?
Yes.
Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Close it. That's it. Total PC is 9,000 lakhs. Total PC is 9,000 lakhs. Now observe, PC paid 9,000 lakh, but share capital in selling company is only 6,000 lakh. 3,000 excess we have paid. Loss for the purchasing company, it has to be adjusted from the reserves taken over from the books of the selling company. If reserves taken over are not sufficient, then you can adjust it from the reserves of the purchasing company. Correct? So start now writing. Entries in the books of P Limited. Entries in the books of P Limited. First of all, you understand PC calculation. 600 lakh shares divided by 2 into 3. 900 lakh shares. 900 into 10. 9,000 lakh rupees is the purchase consideration. Let us forget that lakh. We will simply say 9,000. All the numbers are in lakhs. Write down. When purchase consideration is due, business purchase account debtor to liquidator of business purchase account debtor to liquidator of V Limited account 9,000. Write down. Entry for incorporating assets, liabilities and reserves. Entry for incorporating assets, liabilities and reserves. Particulars. Entry, no, sorry. Write down. Entry, you please write down. Plant and machinery 5,000. Plant and machinery 5,000. Furniture, fixtures and fittings 1,700. Trade receivables 4041. Sorry, inventory 4041. Trade receivables 1100. Plant and machinery 5,000. Furniture, fixtures and fittings 1,700. Inventory 4041. Trade receivables 1100. Cash at bank 609. Cash at bank 609. See, cost of issue of debentures we are not going to take over, boss. Even if we take over, we will subtract it from the P&L account trade balance which we are going to take over because it's a fictitious asset. Is it clear? I'll tell you how to deal with it. So leave it right now. Next, 12% debentures. 12% debentures. Cash at bank राय लेते हो. Cash at bank 609. After that, two trade 12% debentures. 12% debentures 1000. Two 12% debentures. You write within brackets in V Limited. You write two 12% debentures within brackets in V Limited. 1000. Next, two trade payables 463. Two provision 702. Two provision 702. Two provision 702. Correct everyone? Now write two P&L account. Two P&L account. You have to incorporate reserves also, no boss. Two P&L account. There itself you show a calculation within brackets. 825 minus 50. 825 minus 50. What is this 825 minus 50? Fictitious asset you are writing off of from the P&L account. Okay. 825 minus 50, 775. Now, wait, listen to me. Alternatively, P&L account 825 you take, fictitious asset debit you take 50. After that you can pass an entry for closing fictitious asset. Fictitious asset account will be credited, P&L account will be debited. Same effect, no? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
What I have done is, I have not brought fictitious asset into the book. I have written it off against the credit balance in the profit and loss account. Net credit balance in P&L account I am bringing into the books. Is it clear? You would understand? Or bring fictitious asset into your book, bring entire credit balance. Later on, write it off by debiting it to the profit and loss account. Whether you show the nose like this or show it like this, nose will be nose. Continue. Now, two general reserve, question mark. How much general reserve should I incorporate? The book value is 3,200. Should I incorporate 3,200? So let us put a question mark. No problem. We'll do it later. Two general reserve, question mark. I think there are some other accounts also, no? Two foreign project reserve, 310. Two foreign project reserve, 310. Now only item missing in that entry is what? General reserve. Right, two business purchase also, right? Two business purchase. How much is it? 9,000. I asked you what is the missing figure? General reserve. Business purchase is not missing figure, it's already available. How much general reserve should you incorporate? Now we'll do a calculation. Below that you write. Calculation of adjusted general reserve to be incorporated. Calculation of adjusted general reserve to be incorporated. Now write PC paid 9,000. PC paid 9,000. PC paid 9,000. Share capital in selling company 6,000. PC paid 9,000. Share capital in selling company 6,000. Excess PC paid 3,000. Excess PC paid 3,000. Excess PC paid 3,000. Next line you write adjusted from general reserve. Adjusted from general reserve. Next line you write general reserve after adjustment of loss. General reserve after adjustment of the loss 3,200 minus 3,000. 3,200 minus 3,000. How much is left? Only 200. No, 200. So write put general reserve. Go back to your entry. General reserve was waiting for you. How much? 200. Is it clear? Now see whether the entry is tallying or not. Okay. Listen to me carefully, everyone. See, the same entry I can pass in another way also. What I do is, I'll just write down all the list of liabilities. I'll write down all the list of liabilities, including capital. Because that is what pooling of interest method says. You have to make the books of selling company will be merged into the books of the purchasing company. You have to treat it as a non-event. You have to assume as if we have been together for in the past also. I'll just pass entry. Give me the list of assets. Plant and machinery. Furniture. 1,700. Trade receivables. Next. Inventory.
041.
That's it. Liabilities. Two general reserve 3,200. Two share capital in V Limited 6,000. I have not the regular entry which you pass. I have passed some other entry. What I have done is I have incorporated all assets, liabilities, capital in my books. Opening entry now. I have just brought all assets, liabilities, capital, reserve as it is from the books of the selling company into my books. Including share capital I have brought. This is share capital in what company? V Limited. So as it is whatever figures were available in the balance sheet, same numbers I have incorporated in my books. Is it clear? But we know that in place of this capital, how much we have to allot now? We have to allot 9,000. Is it clear? This is not share capital in V. This is share capital in V. We have to cancel that account. We have to close that account and return. We have to allot our capital. So I'll pass an entry like this. Share capital in V 6,000. Close the account. 2. Share capital in P 9,000. Did you understand this entry?
Yes,
Not regular, but what I have done is I have followed a simple logic. I said pooling of interest method, you have to assume you have been together even in the past, no? So whatever assets and liabilities were there in his books including capital, I have incorporated all assets, all liabilities including capital at book values. Then when I see this entry, I understand that this is not the capital which I have allotted to shareholders of V. In the place of this capital I have allotted, I have closed this capital account in my books and opened a new capital account in my books worth how much? 9,000. But entry is not tallying. No? Is the entry tallying? No. Where will the debit? General reserve. So general reserve 3200 brought into books minus the loss 3000. How much will you incorporate net? How much will you incorporate net? 200. Is it clear? This is unorthodox way of passing the entries. This is how entries have been passed in all the books which we read. If you want to pass entries in an unorthodox way, this is one way you can pass the entries. Simple. Incorporate assets, liabilities, including capital. Then make adjustments to various accounts which you have to make. Did you understand this logic? I have done what I have done. I have incorporated assets, liabilities, including capital, book values. Then I see that capital 6,000 is not the amount of capital which I have allotted to shareholders. To discharge this liability of 6,000, I have taken up a liability of 9,000. There is a loss of 3,000, which should be adjusted from reserves. That is why when we are incorporating general reserve, we are saying 3,200 minus this loss of 3,000. That figure we are incorporating in the balance sheet. Is it clear? Did you understand? Okay. Continue. Write down. So do you have general reserve 200 everyone? Tell me. Next. Discharge of PC. Discharge of PC. Not PS, PC. Discharge of PC. Write down. Entry. Liquidator of V Limited account debtor 9,000 to equity share capital 9,000. Liquidator of V Limited account debtor 9,000 to equity share capital 9,000. Did you all pass? The problem is not over yet. Liquidation expenses are borne by P Limited. Write down. When liquidation expenses are paid by P Limited, when liquidation expenses are borne by P Limited, P&L account debtor to bank. P&L account debtor to bank. Loss for P Limited debited to P&L account. Now you are not CPT students, you are IPC students, so you should know the meaning of the entry automatically. P Limited account debtor to bank account. If you write liquidation expenses account debtor to bank account, liquidation expense account has to be closed by debiting it to profit and loss account. So directly you will pass the entry P&L account debtor to bank 1 lakh. Only one. Don't write 1 lakh now. All the numbers are in lakhs. One you will write. Sir. So, profit and loss account debtor to bank. One. Only one you will write. Next. Not over yet. Cancellation of intercompany liability. Read the problem. What does it say? All the bills receivable held by V Limited were P Limited's acceptances. So whatever bills receivable are shown in V Limited, P Limited was the acceptor. So see the balance sheet of V Limited. Bills receivable 80. Bills receivable 80 we are showing in the balance sheet of V Limited. These bills receivable are bills payable for P Limited. Now listen to me. V Limited is showing bills receivable 80. For those bills, P Limited is the acceptor. P Limited is showing bills payable 80. Bills receivable 80, bills payable in my balance sheet 80. Now that bills receivable is jumping into my balance sheet. Bills receivable, bills payable. I am the drawee. I am the holder of the bill now. Cancel. Write the entry. Bills payable account debtor to bills receivable. bills payable account debtor to bills receivable. In the books of P, those bills are appearing as bills payable. In the books of B, those bills are appearing as bills receivable. P Limited has taken over those bills. Bills receivable in my balance sheet, bills payable in my balance sheet. Liability and asset are both in my books. Set off, cancel. How will I close bills payable account? Debited. How will I close bills receivable account? Credited. Bills payable account debtor to bills receivable account. That's it. Wait, one last entry. Write down. Discharge of debentures. See this entry, everyone. Here we said 12% debentures in V Limited. No, this liability is settled by allotting equivalent number of debentures but carrying 13% interest. Write down the entry. When debentures of V Limited are discharged, you will pass the entry. 12% debentures in V Limited account debtor. That account is closed. 12% debentures in V Limited account debtor 1000. 12% debentures in V Limited account debtor 1000 to 13% debentures in P Limited account credit 1000. 12% debentures in V Limited account debtor 1000 to 13% debentures in P Limited account credit 1000. Over. Now, listen to me. Everyone, look at the board. Listen to me carefully. See, when we are saying entries in the books of purchasing company, we are saying purchase, purchasing, consideration due, takeover of asset and liability, discharge of PC. If I write all those entries in one entry, can I write it? Yes, sir. 3 entries in one entry. Let's try how we can write. Now, I'll get the entry out of you. Certain accounts will get cancelled in these 3 entries. What you can do is you can just put small into marks when you are reading those entries. Liquidator of V Limited account credit in first entry. Liquidator of V Limited account debit in third entry. Put small wrong symbol with pencil. That means that account was opened, account is closed. I want to club the 3 entries and pass one entry. Next, BP, business purchase account debit, business purchase account credit. Entry 1 and entry 2. Cancel. Any other account gets closed? No, I am saying only net entry for 3 entries. Only first 3 entries. I want to pass one single entry. Now tell me what will be the entry left? They are not getting involved in the classroom at all. You write list of all assets debit, list of all liabilities credit, to equity share capital in P Limited 9,000, to reserves. Entry will tally. For this problem, tell me the amount. What is the amount? Tell me. Plant and machinery, how much?
5,000. 1100.
How much?
1,000.
check whether the entry is tallying or not. Is the entry tallying or not? So instead of even passing 3 entries, you can straight away pass this entry. Assets taken over, liabilities taken over, reserves after adjustment of loss, capital allotted in return. See, actually, in this entry, you should write 3,200 here and 6,000 here. You should write 3,200 here and 6,000 here. But in place of 6,000, you have written 9,000. So some of the credits have to get used, or the entry will not tally, no? It should be 3,200 here. It should be 6,000 here. But you have in place of 6,000, you are writing 9,000. If you write the entry like that, entry will not tally, no? So you have to adjust one of the credits. So you go to which credit? General. You reduce the credit. Entry tallies. Version, did you follow? In place of, see, actually this should be the entry. Do you all agree? This is asset and liabilities as per books. But what I did, I have cancelled the 6,000. In its place I have written 9,000. But if I write like this, is the entry tally? So I remove 3,000 from general reserve. Is it clear? Come to page number 6.27. You do it on your own, please. Page number 6.27, problem number 11. Sometimes I doubt, after explaining so much, is there some more explanation left? Because I always find some parallel coaching classes going on inside the class. Come to problem number 11, page number 6.27. Summarize balance sheets as on 31st March 2012 for G Limited and P Limited are given to you. G and P. Buildings, plant, machinery, furniture, fixtures, investment, inventory, trade receivables, cash and bank. Equity share capital 40%, prudent share capital, general reserve, export profit reserve, investment allowance reserve, profit and loss account, 15% debentures, trade payables and other current liabilities. That is how you have to read it even in the exam. Continue. All the bills receivable of P Limited were having G Limited's acceptance. As soon as you read that sentence, your mind should say intercompany liability to be cancelled at the end. All the bills receivable of P Limited were having G Limited's acceptances. Next, G Limited takes over P Limited. So who is the purchasing company? G. Who is the selling company? P. The purchase consideration is discharged as follows. So G Limited is paying PC. Issue 1,65,000 equity shares of 10 rupees each at par to the equity shareholders of P Limited. So shareholders will get 1,65,000 shares in G. Next, issue 15% preference shares of 100 each to discharge the preference shareholders of P Limited at 10% premium. Okay. 3. Debentures of P Limited will be converted into equivalent number of debentures of G Limited. Statutory reserves of P Limited are to be maintained for 2 more years. Expenses of amalgamation amounting to 10,000 will be borne by purchasing company G Limited. Details of trade receivables and trade payables of G Limited and P Limited are given to you. Show the opening journal entries and opening balance sheet of G Limited as at 1st April 2012 after amalgamation on the assumption that the amalgamation is in nature of merger. Let us start. Calculation of purchase consideration. Merger means you should feel happy. Examination. DMARC. Then do some deep mar in the bench itself and start solving the. No. Write down. But don't do too much. They will investigate you from the exam. Then you can do deep mar for life. Write down. Particulars calculation rupees. Quick calculation of PC. Write down. 1,65,000 equity shares of 10 rupees each. 16,50,000 rupees. Vivek, your friend, what is his name? Veera, you are there in the class? Asna, very good. 1,65,000 equity shares of 10 rupees each. 16,50,000 rupees. 16,50,000 rupees. Next, preference shares. Now see that point very carefully. Issued 15% preference shares of 100 rupees each to discharge the preference shareholders of P Limited at 10% premium. So we want to pay the preference shareholders of P 10% premium. Write down. You will write preference shares in G. Preference shares in G. Calculation column you write 8,50,000 plus 10%. How much will be 9 lakh? See, here we have to read that sentence again. Issued 15% preference shares of 100 each to discharge the preference shareholders of P Limited at 10% premium. Whose preference shares you want to discharge a premium? P Limited shares, not G Limited shares. So G Limited will allot preference shares at par, but preference shares allotted should pay premium to the shareholders of P Limited. Is it clear? So preference shareholders of P, they are saying, if my preference share is 100, you have to pay me 110. How will I pay 110? By allotting preference shares of G. But preference shares of G will be allotted at par. Okay, so write down description there in that PC calculation. 9,350 preference shares of 100 rupees each. 9,350 preference shares of 100 rupees each at par. At par. 9,350 preference shares at 100 rupees each at par. So G Limited is allotting its preference shares at par, but to P Limited we are paying 10% premium. Your share premium, my share par. Do you all understand? Total. 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 25 lakh 85,000. Is it clear? Now itself we calculate some adjustment. Write down. Adjustment to be done from reserves. Underline. Adjustment to be done from reserves. Tell me what is the capital we are going to cancel now. If you see the balance sheet of P Limited, we have to cancel totally 23,50,000, but we are paying a PC of 25,85,000. Are you able to understand? Write down. PC paid 25,85,000. PC paid 25,85,000 less equity share capital in P 15 lakh less preference share capital in P 8,50,000. PC paid 25,85,000 less Equity share capital in P 15 lakh. Preference share capital in P 8,50,000. How much is the loss? 2,35,000 to be adjusted from reserves. To be adjusted from reserves, specifically general reserve. To be adjusted from reserves. See the balance sheet of P Limited. See the balance sheet of P Limited. Do you have sufficient general reserve? Yes. 2,50,000. Out of that we are going to adjust 235. Okay. Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Now write down entries in the books of P, not P, G. Write down entries in the books of G. Sometimes the examiner uses these words, no? That means he's not a sadist. He's somebody who is of a very happy nature. That is why he has given G Limited and B Limited. To find absurd names, that means this guy is going to be a sadist and he's going to kill the student. So G Limited books you write. Now, can we do the sahasam of writing only one entry instead of 3 entries?
Yes, sir.
Right. Only one entry instead of 3 entries. Veera, are you ready? You should say yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Notlans maatravata beti. Has already. Very good. Write down entry. Write down entry. Buildings account debtor. Mohan Chira. Write down. Where is Shravan today? Sleeping. Building 7,75,000. Plant and machinery 8,50,000. Furniture and fixtures. But exam don't write one entry. Please write 3 entries. Okay. The examiner may not accept it. Buildings account debtor 7,75,000. Plant and machinery account debtor 8,50,000. Furniture and fixtures account debtor 1,75,000. Investments account debtor 2,50,000. Inventory account debtor 4,75,000. Trade receivables account debtor 5,15,000. Bank account debtor 2,60,000. बैलेंस शीट में है ना यार नंबर्स पूरे तुम्हें यार आज लिखना बिल्डिंग अकाउंट डेटा प्लांट इन्वेस्टर अकाउंट डेटा फर्नीचर फिक्सचर्स अकाउंट डेटा इन्वेस्टमेंट अकाउंट डेटा इन्वेंटरी अकाउंट डेटा ट्रेड रिसीवेबल्स अकाउंट डेटा बैंक अकाउंट डेटा we have brought all assets we have taken over all assets now take over liabilities also 15% debentures in P 15% debentures in P 1,75,000. Two trade payables 1,75,000. No, 1,75,000 no. Trade payables 1,75,000. Other current liabilities. Other current liabilities. Maybe question would have changed. Maybe that. Trade payables 1,75,000. Other current liabilities 75,000. Listen to me carefully. We have taken over assets. We have taken over liabilities. We have also taken over reserves. No. Nature of merger. You have taken over reserves also. Write down 2. Wait. Be careful. 2. General reserve. Within brackets. 2,50,000 minus 2,35,000. 15,000 only. Within brackets 2,50,000 minus 2,35,000. 15,000 only. Next, to export profit reserve 1 lakh. To investment allowance reserve 50,000. To profit and loss account 1,25,000. Wait. Now we have to allot equity shares and preference shares. No. To equity share capital 16,50,000. To equity share capital 16,50,000. To preference share capital 9,35,000. Entry, is it tallying? Entry, is it tallying?
Yes, sir.
It should tally. It should tally. People are checking, that means you don't have belief. But if you don't have blind belief, please check the entry whether the debits and credits are equal or not. Did you write debentures also? Everything you have written? This is very easy, no? Instead of passing 3 entries, write only 1 entry. But examination, please don't use such shortcuts. It is better you open, you write all the 3 entries. Due entry, incorporation entry and then discharge entry. This is net effect of all the 3 entries. Is it clear? Not over yet. We have some more adjustments. Write down next. Discharge of debentures. Discharge of debentures. You write the entry like this. 15% debentures in P limited account at R2. 15% debentures in G limited account. 15% debentures in P limited account at R2. 15% debentures in G limited account 1,75,000. %15 debentures in P limited account at R2. 15% debentures in G limited account 1,75,000. Over. Now do we need to pass any specific entry for statutory reserves again? They are automatically walking into the books, no? You need not pass any dummy entry to bring the statutory reserves into the books of account. Next, expenses of amalgamation amounting to 10,000 will be borne by G limited. What is it right? P&L account at R2, bank account 10,000. P&L account at R2, bank account 10,000. Sir, book is saying journalism account at R2 bank. But below he has put a star mark and he has said it can also be adjusted against profit and loss account. Clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
Any more things left? Yes. Elimination of intercompany debt liability. Elimination of intercompany liability. See that paragraph given below the balance sheet. All bills receivable of P Limited were having G Limited's acceptances. All bills receivable of P Limited are accepted by G. So see the breakup of receivables for P. Bills receivable we are saying 55,000. All these bills receivable were accepted by P Limited. So bills receivable of P Limited are bills payable for G. P Limited showing bills receivable, G Limited showing bills payable, cancel. What is it right? Bills payable account at R2, bills receivable account 55,000. Complete the balance sheet on your own. No? Complete the balance sheet on your own now.
Prepare balance sheet.